Today I would be talking about dramatic monologue. Now, as the very words dramatic and monologue suggest that there is a drama and there is a monologue. Drama, you know by now what is drama, and monologue is a speech of a single person. Monologue. It is not a dialogue. Dialogue is a speech between two persons. Monologue is a speech which is given by a single person. Now, it has all the qualities of drama. Now, drama, as you know, is something which is staged, qualities of being staged, and when you read, it is divided into acts, it has characters, it has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end, it has a crisis, and then at the end there is a solution of crisis, and in between the drama we have a story, we have a plot, and we know the various characters through their dialogues. So all these things are there in a dramatic monologue. Since it concerns a single speaker, we come to know more about the speaker, but at the same point of time we come to know about the situation, we come to know about the other characters through the mouth of the single speaker, and we come to know about the other characters through the various clues which the listeners give you. Now, since it is used in poetry, it is also one of the methods or one of the devices which is being employed to write poems. Now, there were many writers who were writing monologues, but those monologues were not called dramatic monologues. As romantic writers like Coleridge, Wordsworth, Shelley, they also wrote monologues, but their monologues could not be called dramatic monologues like Shelley's or Wordsworth's Tinton Abbey, or we cannot call them dramatic. They are monologue. They are speeches of a single person, but they at the same point of time they like Shelley's or Keats writings. They are very lyrical, but they cannot be called dramatic. They cannot be called dramatic because sometimes we do not know there is a listener, and most of the times the faculties which involve drama, or the techniques, or the construction of the plot, or the situations which involve a drama, or the presence of the listener which involve, or active listener whose various reactions we come to know through the poem itself are not apparently visible in romantic monologues, so they are not called dramatic monologues. Now, when we talk of dramatic monologue, I would give you, there are 3 or 4 basic features of any dramatic monologue. Now, you would have a listener. Always there would be a listener, and when somebody is speaking, a speaker is there. Of course, it is a monologue, as the very word suggests. It is a speech of a single speaker, but there is a speaker as well as a listener, so listener is always there. So it gives this type of writing a feeling of dramas. There is a feeling of dialogue. Dialogue may not be there, but there is always an impression of the listener. There are reactions of the listener. There are various clues that the listener is there, and the speaker also addresses the listener and talks about various things, pros and cons, or he tries to defend himself, or he tries to reveal the character of others through his mouth, and then we have a reaction of the listener, and then we have the speaker who is justifying his acts. So in all these forms, there is a speaker and there is a listener. Now, speaker is there, listener is there, a situation is there. In any drama there is a situation, there is a point which has a past and which has its future implications. So this point of reference is there. So when we talk of dramatic monologues of Browning, we talk of dramatic monologues of Tennyson, Arnold, we know that when we say talk about Grammarian Funeral, or when we talk of My Last Duchess, we know that there is a listener and there is a speaker, and while the speaker while speaking, he would not only unfold the various events of past or present, or what would happen in future, or what would be the course of action in future. There are the speaker not only reveals all these things, he reveals his own character. We come to know at length about the character of speaker. So when the Duke is speaking in My Last Duchess, we come to know a lot about the Duke, about the Duchess who was there. So in this way, when we are talking of Grammarian Funeral, we come to know a lot about the things which have already happened in the past. So in this way, there is a crisis, and ultimately the crisis is solved, and the crisis may not be solved in favor of the speaker, or again for the speaker, but the crisis is solved at the moment, but because it talks about a particular time which has a past, which may lead to future. So in this way, it is not completely drama may have a complete solution of the crisis at the end, and that solution may be against the speaker, that solution may be in favor of the speaker, but there may not be a complete solution. But as per the at the point of reference, that comes to that point comes to a logical end at the end of the poem. So for today, I think you should also see what a drama is, what a monologue is, and what are the poems there in your syllabus which can be called dramatic monologue. Thank you.